Coffee with Tim Black.
Folks, we got a problem in Chicago that hasn't been fixed, hasn't been addressed, has not been considered to be a real problem because it's affecting poor people and people of color. It's been a lot of shootings in Chicago over the last couple of years. I've reported on it on this channel. And for some reason, it has not reached the freaking eyes or ears of the people in power. So I'm forced to address this issue in a way that only they can understand. Donald J. Trump recently made a tweet that got a lot of publicity. He said that Rahm Emanuel, if he can't fix the problem in Chicago, maybe he should seek federal government aid. Some people are saying that Trump is wrong for this statement. There's a lot of statements that Trump has made that were wrong. This ain't one of them. This is a right one. Do you realize there were 762 homicides in Chicago last year? That's more than New York and California combined. Do you realize that Chicago is only the third largest city in our country? Do you realize there were 4,331 shooting victims in Chicago? Do you realize all those shooting victims are not gang members? Some are grandmas, some are grandfathers, and some are babies and children and toddlers and people minding their own business who cannot afford to move out of Chicago. Do you realize that we had an administration in the White House that came from Chicago? First Lady and the President. And do you realize that there has been no federal intervention into Chicago in 8 years? The police say that part of the problem in Chicago is that police are somehow reluctant to do their job because they do not want to go viral in social media. That is due to the fact that the Laquan McDonald shooting that occurred in 2015, where an officer shot an unarmed black young man 16 times, lied about it, falsified reports, somehow now makes them afraid of doing their freaking jobs. We have a problem in this country when we do not care about the lives of our most vulnerable citizens. Not everyone in Chicago is a killer. If you're a person who's got beef with you gets a gun and you can't call police, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? You get a gun, right? Isn't that what they're doing? Not everyone can move out of Chicago. Not everyone has the means to move out of Chicago. I know that's what you're thinking. Won't you just move? What if you can't move? How many of you could just pick up and move? If you didn't like what was going on and where you live, where you gonna go? Rahm Emanuel is the worst mayor in history. He needs to go. He's incompetent. He's corrupt. He should have went instead of his police chief. That's what I think. That's what I said last year when I covered that story. There is no faith in Rahm Emanuel to solve the problems of Chicago. I repeat, there were 4,331 shootings in Chicago in 2016. That is more than New York and LA combined. This problem has not been addressed, fixed, it has been ignored, and when people bring it up, they say it's racist to bring it up. But if you live in Chicago and your friend died or your son died or your wife died or your baby died, I don't think you care who brings it up. You just want it solved. That's what I think the problem is in Chicago. People are playing politics with other people's lives. If you're a cop, do your freaking job. If you're a politician and you can't do the job, get the hell out the way. And I'm not upset that Trump said it. I'm upset more Democrats aren't saying it. I'm tired of this partisan BS. I'm tired of the nonsense. I'm tired of people dying. Don't want to do your job, get out. Scared that you might go viral? Don't shoot an unarmed man 16 times and lie about it and falsify reports. Turn in your badge or get the hell out the way. The nation's third largest city also saw 1,100 more shooting incidents last year than it did in 2015. A man, Rahm Emanuel, worked for President Obama. He couldn't pick up the phone and say, Obama, I need a hand here. I need a hand here, brother. I need a hand here. Instead, he was busy about being reelected. He was busy worried about how it would look. The sign of a courageous man is to know when you need help and to ask for it. Donald J. Trump, if you are serious about helping the people and not just making a Twitter spur, picking up a little notoriety, if you're serious about helping, the first thing you should do when you get in office is to do everything you can to muster to get help into Chicago. Those people in Chicago deserve it. Those are our brothers. Those are our sisters. And when you talk about sending troops around this globe, I laugh at you and I spit on you. All of you politicians, when we have death going on in this country that you ignore because it's politically expedient for you to do so. To blame the releasing of a video footage that makes your department look bad as an explanation of why you aren't doing more to curb the violence, to stop the violence in that city is repugnant. It's shameful, cowardice, lazy. The increase in homicides compared to 2015 when 485 people were reported is the largest spike in 60 years. My name is Tim Black. I speak the truth on this channel regardless to party or politics. If you enjoy truth, if you enjoy realness, subscribe to this channel.